Remember when I asked you if you had always wished that you could design your own playground? Well, now it's time for us to do just that. We have already practiced drawing each individual playground equipment from our slides to our merry-go-rounds. And now it's time for us to pick and choose what we want to include on our very own playground picture. So now, instead of drawing them all separately like we did on our practice paper, we're going to choose maybe 3, 4, or 5 different things to include in a picture. And then we'll talk about how to add a simple background to tie it all together. So this is my example. I included the jungle gym, swing set, plus a slide that I actually combined together, and a sandbox, and a, what is that called? A seesaw. And then I drew a hill in the background, and then some trees, just with some bumpy lines. And we'll talk about how to do that soon. After we draw it, we will be outlining it in Sharpie or a black marker, or you could use a black colored pencil, and then we will be coloring it. So what you need right now to gather up is some white paper, pencil, eraser, Sharpie if you have it, or black colored pencil, crayons I have right here, and colored pencils. I might just be using crayons, but you can use both or either or. Okay, so when we're starting to lay it out, we have to think a little bit more about how big or small we are drawing our playground equipment. We don't want to draw it so big that it fills my whole paper and then I have to squeeze in something else. But we also don't want to draw it so tiny like this, right? So tiny that it doesn't fill the paper. So we want it to be about, each thing take about this much space. All right. So, let's start with a swing set. So I'm going to get my cheat sheet right here so I can draw from this. You can also look at your practice sheets. Okay, but are these sheets right here, these will be attached to the lesson, so when you're ready to draw your final playground where they're all combined, you can look at this sheet again. All right, so I am going to actually attach the swing set and the slide together. So first I want to draw the slide. I'm going to start with that S curve. Remember, make it double, parallel, connect, connect. Right up here, S curve, line, line, letter U that goes down and back up. Let's make it a ladder so you can climb up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rungs. Handles so you're nice and safe when you're at the top. Okay, let's make us a little bit closer so you can see. All right, that's a little bit better. Okay, now I want to attach 2 lines going off to the right. And these are going to be my swing set. This is going to be my swing set. Make it double so that they don't look too thin. And let's draw our swings. 1 line, another line, curved on the bottom just like a smile. 1 line, another line, curved just like a smile. And there we have our slide and our swings. So that already is taking up a lot of space, so let's see what else we can add. All right, I'm going to choose from here. I really want to add a sort of jungle gym, and let's add it right here since it needs some height. So I'm going to draw the blocks for the feet. Rectangle, rectangle. Let's draw a square on top. Remember, a square has how many sides? count as I draw them. It has 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's add a roof. Angle up, close it off. All right, don't have much room for a flag, but I'm just gonna send it off anyway, like that. Okay. I did want to include a little bridge like here, and I don't have to draw the entire thing. I can just make my bridge go off my page, and that will still work. So we can imagine that this bridge is leading somewhere else over to the right. Let's draw our vertical lines, those pieces of rope that you want to hang on to as you're walking across. And instead of making a circle window, I think I want to make this right here a doorway that you could enter into. And I want to make it a cool doorway by adding an arch up and over. Right here, I think I want to make, instead of a climbing wall, I feel like I really want to make a rope climbing wall. So I'm going to draw some curved lines because ropes kind of fall a little bit. They're like yarn, right? Some curved lines going across and then maybe down. And obviously that's not something that we practice together, but that's something that just popped up in my mind. So as you are drawing your final playground, I want you to add those things that you think of. You do not have to draw exactly everything that I included for you. I think it's even better if you think of something on your own that maybe Miss Wright didn't think of. And remember, your playground can be as crazy as you want. If you want to have slides going all over, then make the slides going all over. All right, so my jungle gym is almost done. Let's practice doing those roof tiles again. Remember, starting up here, I do a bump, bump, bump. Starting in the middle on the next row, bump, bump, bump. Add one right here that goes off the side. In the middle, bump, 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 bump. One more, bump, 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 bump. There we go. And that's how you make that roof pattern. All right, I like it so far. Let's keep adding some more things. All right, what do we want? Let's draw the tic-tac-toe. I think that would be fun. So with the tic-tac-toe spinner, we want it to have a square frame, 4 sides. Let's make it double so it looks thicker. When you're making it double, you just draw a line right next to the one you just drew. There's our platform. There we go. That's the frame of our tic-tac-toe spinner. Remember how we drew 1, 2, 3 lines to help us guide how to draw all of our different squares? Yep, well you want to draw those again if you're drawing the tic-tac-toe. I'm going to draw my squares. 1, 2, 3. Do you guys remember how many squares we drew? If you are thinking 9, then you are right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Do you guys remember how tic-tac-toe goes? How many do you have to get in a row to win against an opponent? You have to get 3, right? So in the game of tic-tac-toe, you can choose whether you want to be an X or an O. So let's make the O the winner this time. Let's do O, 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 and the rest some X's and O's. So you can cross down that way. Yay! Okay. All right. Let's see what else we want to add. I'm going to draw the horse spring rider because I really think that is fun. All right. Remember, we start with the head. Let's kind of a curved line. Go up and down for the neck. Remember, that kind of looks like a sock. Let's bring it down for the feet. Curve around, over, go back down, curve, bring it back up. Let's add a saddle. Whoop. And a tail, curve line. You can add some more texture that way. Hair, like his mane. An eye. Another circle inside, circle and circle. And now he just needs the spring. Let's draw the platform. That's a rectangle. And springs. Yay! All right. All right, guys. So this is everything that I want to include on my playground as far as equipment. Now it's time for me to bring it all together and draw a background. Now, I'm going to show you how to draw some trees and a hill, but if you want your playground to be at the beach or to have a house in the background or to have maybe a road in the background, then or a fence or something like that, then you go for it. But I'm going to show you how I want to draw it. And when I'm drawing the hill, I kind of want it to be curved all the way from this edge of my paper to this edge of my paper. And I want to make it look like everything is in front or sitting on the hill. So starting right here, I'm going to make a curved line. Whoa, I just got to my slide. Should I keep drawing or should I jump over? What we're doing is we're creating overlapping. When we want something to look like it is in front of another thing, we need to jump with our pencil. If I drew a line straight through, this slide would look like it's see-through, right? So I want to make it look like the slide is in front of that hill. So I have to jump. I'm going to jump over and continue my line. Now right here, these are just little single lines for the swing, so I'm just going to draw straight through them because you would see through them anyway. All right, I'm jumping over that teeny tiny pole. The pole's in front of the hill. Remember, we're creating overlapping. Overlapping, this is how you spell it. Over, the word over, and then lapping. L-A-P-P-I-N-G. Overlapping is when you make something look like it is in front of another thing. Continue. Whoa, I just got to my jungle gym. What do I need to do? Do I need to keep drawing a line straight through? Or do I need to jump? I'll show you what it looks like if I draw a line straight through. Whoa! It looks like my jungle gym is see-through. I don't want that. I'm going to erase that line. And jump. And continue my lines. Oop, there's some little ropes. I'm jumping. Jump. Jump. I did it. And all at once, I have a hill in the background. Okay, what about my trees? Yeah, I'm going to draw some trees, not like this. Not like that. I don't want to make broccoli trees. I want it to look like a whole lot of trees, like a forest in the background. So I'm going to draw bumpy lines that kind of go down, up, kind of go down and up. Some are big bumps, some are little bumps, up and over, and I'm just going to send it off my page. And so right above the hill, this is a line of trees. Let's add some more bumpy lines to the tree line so you can kind of tell that texture is coming through all over. Some can be little bumps, some can be a few bumps in a row. These bumps kind of remind me of the roof. Okay, guys. Last but not least, let's add some grass. That can just be some spiky lines. Just kind of all around the playground. Just a few spiky lines to add some texture. You can even do 1, 2, 3, 3 little lines in a row. for more grass. Okay, all right. Now we have drawn it out. I really like it, and it's time for me to outline. So I'm going to go ahead and start outlining every single line I just drew. When you are outlining, you want to be careful because if you're using a Sharpie, that is permanent. So if you make a mistake, it's going to stay with you, or it's going to stay on your drawing. But don't get so upset if you make a mistake with a Sharpie. You can always turn it into something else. Art is not about being perfect. Art is about having fun, using your imagination, being creative, making brand new things. It's not about being perfect. All right, so notice that I'm going over my lines carefully. Notice that I put the cap on my Sharpie on the back. Remember, Sharpies are forever. Why do I say forever? I say forever because Sharpies are permanent. If Sharpie got on my clothes, it would stay forever. If Sharpie accidentally got on my hands, it would stay for a few days because Sharpie is permanent. It won't stay on your hands forever. Don't worry about that. But don't purposely color on your hands. You don't want to do that. Okay, what about when I get to really detailed parts like this? I just want to take my time and carefully draw my lines. That's all I can do. Draw across. For areas that are a little bit smaller like this, if you have a smaller Sharpie, that works really well too. But yeah, so that's a tip if you have smaller areas. All right, guys, I think you get the idea with outlining it in Sharpie. We're going to pause right here so that in our next video we can talk about coloring.